as you can see, we got tape on the cabinets. We're getting ready to mount drawer pulls and door handles to the cabinets. And we're trying to find the best way to do it and that doesn't break the bank. As you can see already on the cabinets, we've got lines drawn and spots marked for where you could just drill that cross and that cross right there, and that would be where the handle would go. Or we have two tools. This one is a 𝐄𝐸𝐿, pretty common name in DIY stuff, and this tool is about 30 bucks. This one I found, King&Charles, got really good reviews, thousands of reviews, and most of them are very good. Comes with a really nice little case. This is $20. So this 𝐄𝐸𝐿 was 30, this is 20, or you can skip it all together and just do it by hand. Doing it by hand, you want it to be consistent, and so you just have to be very, very particular. We'll show you the good and the bad. You can do this by hand just by using a square. If you want your holes to be in line with the door, something that you can duplicate consistently, all you have to do is take your square, line it up with the bottom edge of the door. If you have 𝐄𝐸𝐿, make your mark, measure down from there the same number of inches as the handle, from there to there, 3-inch mounting holes. And so you just measure down. Once you get your first hole, measure down 3 inches from there. There's your second hole. You've already measured across on the door, so it's 2 3/4. So 1 3/8 would be the center of this, and then now you've got your hole here, your hole here. Now you just go manually drill, and so you'd have to do that individually on every single door or drawer. On drawers, you have to find the center. On doors, you want to find a continuous spot where you can hit all the doors the exact same way. Doing it that way is time, but you don't spend any money. It's just your time. And what we're hoping is that one of these tools will work where we can use a tool to speed the process. Then we went and found this. This is by 𝐄𝐸𝐿. Basically hang it off the edge of the drawer. And then it has these adjustment screws that, especially for shakers, are nice because they can go inside this area. Once you find center, you're supposed to hold this down and then you drill into these. The one potential issue with this is when we were first using this the first time, there's play in this and there's no real way to tighten this down. It's just the way it comes. So it has that wobble to it. It's probably more than a 1/16 of an inch. It's probably an 1/8 of an inch wobble from this side to this side. So that's just a problem. Other than that, it's made pretty well. King&Charles got really good reviews. First things first, we're going to take this thicker piece with the measurements on it, and this has inches on one side and centimeters on the other. This side has centimeters, this side has inches, and so we're going to slide. I took one of these off, and I'm going to slide this on here, and then we'll tighten this up. Tighten that up, and we're going to tighten this up for a second. And we'll slide this guy back on. So these pieces are plastic, but they fit real well, and these screws tend to true it up real nice. So it takes away the wobble. This is very rigid. One thing about this is you would have to measure the middle, find the middle of every single drawer. If you're trying to do this in the speediest, most efficient fashion, then having to individually measure every single drawer to find middle, so you can put this on there, that's just like extra tedium. So this one, they solved that by putting an end piece on it. Once you find, if you have multiple drawers that are this same size, then this, because of this edge marker on this side, this guide, you can go from drawer to drawer quickly because it's already set up here. You've already got this distance right here. And so it speeds that up. In our particular setup, we've got shaker cabinets, which means this part's recessed. And so if these were flat faced, everything's in line, all these pieces would lay against that. These guides are off the indentation a bit, but they're resting on the face down here, so it's actually going to work. The problem is when you go to this drawer over here. Right, so now let's pretend this drawer and that drawer are the same size. We've got our edge guide, it's lining it up. And now, because this indented part of the drawer is so much taller, this now is in space. And so even if I hold this tight, see how this is a little more wobbly. It did a good job on the small drawers, drawer pulls, but not the bigger drawer pulls. The other problem with this is there's a limit to how well this is going to work on a big drawer, depending on the width of the drawer. Here you can see how much play there is in this. See how that ruler, it's pretty thin aluminum, but it just bends in there. So you've got some give, which isn't ideal. We have give because this is a shaker drawer. And so this isn't actually resting against the drawer face. 𝐄𝐈 took care of that by adding these feet, these adjustable feet that would go in a shaker cabinet like this. Kreg also has this kind of setup, but they have adjustable feet right here to make sure that it works well against an indentation on like a shaker cabinet. The other issue that you really have to spend up for would be if you want to get extensions for this so that you could hit a drawer of any width with an extension, but you're going to end up paying over $100 for something like that. So now the question of what are you going to do? And if time is not an issue, then you could just do it all manually. It's slow, it's tedious, but it'll be right, and you didn't spend extra money. If you have shaker, this might be the ideal tool because it's meant with these feet to rest inside the indentation. All you have to do with this tool is measure the center of the drawer. The rest is taken care of. Now again, this tool had the wobble to it, so that's one of those things where it's a concern. This tool here is $20. The 𝐄𝐈 was $30. This one is $20. It does a good job except for these big drawers, and either tall or wider, then you start running into complications with that. So it's all about give and take. Hope this video helps. Got anything out of it? Give us a like. We really appreciate it. Please subscribe. We'll see you in the next video. Thanks for watching.